Hi everyone, I'm Alex and I'm the hands behind Lovecraft Crochet, my plushies are for the anxious, depressed, autistic, and neurodivergent, small enough to travel in a purse, backpack, diaper bag, or even your pocket. You can check out my Facebook page or TikTok to see what patterns are available, and stay tuned for the new ones coming out. I also make hats, scarves, blankets, and dice bags for the tabletop gamer or dice goblin in your life. Feel free to order through the page, TikTok DMs, or via email at love.craft.crochet@gmail.com. Now, on to the segment.
Urban legends, missing heaven, hookmen coming for you, missing 15 minutes. AJ wrote it, Sammy reads it, Mothman's flying at you, missing 15 minutes.
Welcome back to Mything 15 Minutes, the podcast where folklore gets creepy but never overstays its welcome. I'm Sam Rossi, reading a script by somebody who really thinks people like his writing, AJ Carey. I want you to read what you actually wrote. And today we're diving into many kinds of ghosts and haunts that fill folklore, paranormal investigation, and campfire stories. In other words, ghost taxonomy. What's a taxonomy?
Lexicon, essentially.
Oh, okay. Like Pokemon, but way moodier. Okay. I don't know. I've been taking those kids to Pokemon. They seem kind of moody. Yes, there are all sorts of things we've talked about before, with this being the fourth general topic episode on ghosts. So, I'm blaming AJ. Sorry, guys.
Wait, blame AJ.
Mything is yours. You're supposed to write it in a cohesive style if you're going to do it this way.
We had to do ghost tripping because you were covering... No, this isn't on me. This is on you.
I wasn't planning on covering Hatch for a little bit later. You came up with this. You started it. You must live with yourself and being blamed for this. It's on you, Pookie. But I will fix you. I can't believe that actually worked.
I'm done with you.
So ghosts, they come in all shapes and sizes. First up, we have residual. Why'd you have to have that again?
Because we're talking about the types of ghosts. That is a type of ghost.
We have the residual hauntings.
There you go. Residual hauntings. That's okay. Now restate that sentence.
This type of ghost isn't thought to be a conscious entity, but more like a recording. Like this. But we change every time you hit play. Imagine an echo of the past event playing over and over and over and over. Sort of like the VHS tapes under AJ's bed. Even spookier to some people. I'm more worried about the ones out in the garage.
That said, except spookier to some people.
Oh, sorry. I'm worried about the ones in the garage we got from Dad. Just saying. These hauntings usually don't interact with people. They're just stuck in moments in time. Much like my nephews, they do not interact with people.
Yes, they do.
Only each other.
No, they don't want to interact with each other. They're great to other people.
For example. For example, a soldier endlessly marching down a hallway, or a woman in white pacing the same path on the cliffs where she allegedly threw herself off in sorrow. So if you will say hi to them and they ignore you, it's not them being rude. They're just on autopilot. See, I like the chick that walks the beaches of Cheyenne. Technically, she would be considered...
Yes. That would be a ghost song, or a song about a ghost.
The next would be the fun ones. The intelligent hauntings. Yeah, they're here too. These are the classic interactive ghosts. They seem aware, respond to questions, or manipulate their environment in deliberate ways, much like children. AJ is recycling his customer service rep joke from last week's episode with a terrible press 1 for footsteps, 2 for cold spots, 3 for flying objects. Reports include voices, object moving, or direct responses through ghost hunting tools like spirit boxes. Believers in the paranormal also see this as proof of conscious spirits or living soul, as it were. Skeptics generally just call it bad plumbing. Bad electrical.
Bad plumbing, drafts.
What we've used here. Old house. It's an old house. Then we have, as AJ described last week, the raccoons in the kitchen of ghosts, the poltergeists, which is the German word for noisy spirits.
I knew you could do it.
These hauntings involve physical disturbances, objects flying, doors slamming, or knocks on the wall. Dun, 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 dun. Basically, it's when an intelligent haunting throws a temper tantrum. Back to that child thing. Some researchers argue that poltergeist activity might not be ghosts at all, but unconscious psychokinetic energy. Basically people causing the disturbances without realizing it. Mostly this stems from poltergeists don't necessarily show the same level of intelligence that you get from other hauntings. Okay, I can see that.
See, it's actually kind of interesting, because when I was originally doing the research for this, and poltergeist, I always assumed was just, it would be a subcategory of a residual or an intelligent haunting, when actually they count it as a third thing.
Which I can see why.
Yeah, because on one hand, you do have, air quote, poltergeist activity that would be the cabinets just open every so often. Or there's knocks on the wall, or stuff like that. It's not necessarily showing, while you can have an intelligent haunting that shows characteristics of a poltergeist, they'll answer when you say knock 3 times.
On the ceiling if you want me.
Exactly. Twice on the pipe.
If the answer is no.
Anyways.
Another reported type of haunting are shadow figures or dark entities. Instead of full-bodied apparitions, people see vague humanoid shadows. They are often described as ominous even though they don't interact. You can think of it as somebody photobombing in a terrible lighting. Psychologists suggest that these might come from sleep paralysis or tricks of low light or peripheral vision. But in folklore, they've often been seen as darker spirits.
Well, what's interesting is also infrasound. Also, granted, this was a YouTuber that did it, so take it with a grain of salt. But actually cranked up his thing to full just so he was playing nothing but an infrasound. And he did start seeing shadows and things in his peripheral.
Yeah.
And apparently, because this is from when we were growing up anyways, everyone would say, oh, maybe it's just the electromagnetism, you have a bunch of loose wires or, shoddy box work. And that, however, researchers have actually done experiments, and electromagnetism does not actually have that effect on the human body.
The one AJ personally finds interesting and often are the most common outside of a haunted house narrative are crisis apparitions. These are ghosts or visions of loved ones that appear at the moment of their death or at the moment of crisis to the witness. Typically comes with either a final message of comfort. These are the most emotionally powerful ghost stories that most people don't ever really even realize would count as a ghost, but always gets conveyed as, well, I did see my mother once, or something like that. There's some contention, but we here think this or the dark entities in your peripheries are the most common, even if they aren't outright what most people talk about.
But that's sort of, I added this because this technically isn't a type of ghost, but I wanted to add it because it is. It, as much as we think of ghosts in the haunting sense, the story of, well, my mother sat down at my bed and said my daughter was going to be fine.
Yeah.
Or, I swear I heard my mom say goodbye and then I got the call. Sort of thing. Stuff like that. I don't know why I keep bringing up mothers. My mommy's fine.
God, I hope so, because otherwise we got a problem. I have to call her after this.
But I added it because it is one of those things where it's like, it is the most, to me, doing the research while a lot of people say, oh, I saw something. Usually it is either I saw something like a shadow person in my periphery. Or it's, well, I don't believe in ghosts, or I don't believe in the afterlife. But, this event happened to me.
Right.
And it is one of those things where a lot of people view it more in the realm of like angel or divine, something along that sort of spiritualism, not necessarily the ghost spiritualism. They are technically part of the same category.
Okay.
I just thought that was one of those things that I wanted to bring up.
Yeah, no, I've had dreams of our dead people.
Of our dead people?
Grammy.
No,
Big Nana.
I got what you're saying.
I have one about Aunt Betty.
See, for me, we'll get in. Well, yeah, we'll get into it after you read the last paragraph.
Whether they are the echoes of the past, interactive ghosts, or just tricks of the mind, the types of hauntings show how humans try to classify the unknown. Ghosts may differ in form, but they all point to the same human fascination, memory, mystery, and what might linger after death. Now, you know what sort of things go bump in the night. I mean, now you don't need to panic, right? Except maybe it's intelligent. Then do a panic a little, please. Be annoyed if it's a poltergeist. Those bastards get into the cabinets so much, and I believe that all ghosts should do housework.
Yes. Just because you're dead doesn't mean that you shouldn't be working.
Exactly. Dude, if you're here, do the dishes.
But then I would be out of a job.
No,
but anyways.
That'd be laundry. I don't want them putting all those ectoplasm on my clothes.
Did you know that ectoplasm is really a bunked thing?
Yeah, I know.
Which is funny but sad. Which is also weird because maybe one of these times I'll do just an episode on ectoplasm because it is a micro funny thing to talk about. Because ectoplasm actually comes from when the first air quote ectoplasm thing was. It was actually from an angel sighting.
Ew. Ew. Okay, I'm done. So you want to do that one? Yeah.
No, we're
probably
not going to. I just thought it was funny. But anyways, so I think at the end of this, I still don't believe in ghosts.
I believe in intelligent. I actually believe more in the poltergeist hauntings than anything else because I've literally seen shit move.
Maybe it was just your latent psychokinetic abilities. You ever think of that? No, because you have to think it's someone else. You put yourself down too much, Sammy. It is your brain power moving things. Congratulations.
Okay, I'm Sam Rossi and he's crazy.
No, I'm not. I'm AJ Carey.
Later, y'all.
I'm Yakko.
Living 15.
Keep on carrying on.
C-A-R-E-Y.
Right.
Because
Carry on production.